Our top story tonight is a look at more videos released by police from the investigation into that deadly fire in Lockport. Good evening, everyone. I'm Don Postles.
And I'm Jackie Walker. The high-tread recycling plant fire caused millions of dollars in damage, emergency evacuations, and days of disruptions for firefighters and residents in Lockport.
But the biggest cost was the loss of life for 14-year-old Joseph Phillips and the effect it will have on another teen and his family, likely for the rest of their lives. That's
why News 4 has dedicated so much time to a story that has had a broad impact on the public. This evening, Dave Graber has more of the videos released by police in a story you're seeing only on 4. Dave?
Well, Jackie, Don, the family of Joe Phillips supports the stories that I presented on Friday, which show both teens lighting and spreading fires in that abandoned building. Tonight, evidence the public rarely gets to see as police question the teen and his parents to try and find out exactly what happened on the evening of August 10th.
Joe.
Less than 4 hours after these cell phone videos were recorded, the teen who took them was with his parents, sitting before a detective at the Lockport Police Department. We are blurring their faces because even though he's been convicted of crimes, the young man involved is just 14. The interviewer is the lead investigator on the criminal case, Lockport Detective Lieutenant Todd Cheney. The teen and his parents volunteered to be questioned. As you can see, they are alone.
They didn't lawyer up. They didn't run away. They cared and loved for their friend Joe, and you saw that when you saw the video.
Cheney first asks how the boys got the idea to go to the abandoned building that night, a place they had been multiple times before.
He said he wanted to go there and that he had a lighter and he wanted to light stuff on fire.
As the cell phone videos show, both Joe and the teen are seen lighting and spreading fires. The teen tells the detective they started fires on multiple floors.
Oh, the thing is like completely on fire.
And then one of them grew out of control.
And what was Joe doing at that time?
Trying to put out the fire.
He's trying to put it out. What did you tell him?
I told him to get out.
Eventually, the teen escapes. Joe Phillips does not. The teen records this video across the street in the presence of another friend. Then he tells his mother that Joe had called him and left a voicemail.
He ran up to me and told me, he said, "Mom, Joe left me this message." And the message said that he was trapped and he couldn't get up.
Later, the detective asks specifically who did what. The teen's mother interrupts his answer because of the use of the word we.
He went down here. There's a little room, and then we started a little fire, and then...
Well, wait a minute. You said we.
Joe. I was there.
Okay, well, I just make sure I'm hearing things
And then
the way they happened.
we went over here.
We had the statement that the respondent gave to the police the night that it happened. I'll let people make their own determination as to how they feel he was coached by his parents and how much validity they want to give to those comments.
Now, coming up on News 4 at 6 o'clock, you'll see what the parents told their son when the detective walks out of that interview room, and also more of their answers as they were questioned for more than an hour by Detective Todd Cheney. Reporting in the newsroom, Dave Graber, News 4 at 5.
And Dave, we've had a lot of questions about these videos, and tonight this is the first time we're seeing this interrogation or a portion of it. How did you get a hold of these videos?
Yeah, these videos were made public by the city of Lockport, and they were made public by a public request that I created, researched, and found information about to validate that public request. We believe that this story has a very broad public impact, and that was part of my argument for why these records should be released. The biggest aspect of this is that this trial for this teen has been open to the public since the beginning, and also this teen has been convicted of 2 of the 10 crimes that he faces. Also, we will hear about his sentence. He faces 18 months in a juvenile detention facility as well as $1,500 in restitution. That's the highest penalty in a juvenile court. We will hear about that sentence and whether he gets that maximum coming up during our coverage when court resumes on April 4th.
All right. Thank you, Dave.